What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Bitcoin today, BTC USD. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. It is the 23rd day of July, and here we are at about $117.8 thousand with 10 hours and 30 minutes left in the day, essentially. Just below 118K there at 117.8K. Looking at this on the 1 hour time frame, we have moved down a good bit. We had a big wick to the upside so far with this hour. 26 minutes 53 seconds left in the hour. I would think that we persist lower. We've found 1, 2, 3, 4 lows here. I don't think that we're going to bounce. I think if we were going to bounce, we would have done it already, right? This would have sustained, or at least this would have sustained. But here we tried to bounce this hour and it did not sustain. We still have 26 minutes left, but I have noticed, and not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but I have noticed that around like 10 o'clock Eastern time, I feel like Bitcoin reverses course of whatever direction the day has taken so far. Not always. It's not always right around 10 o'clock Eastern time. I mean, sometimes it's different, but I don't know. I feel like that happens a lot. And it might be because, I mean, for various reasons, who knows? But the reason why I make, or how I make sense out of it in my head, is I think that people in the Western Hemisphere are just waking up. They wake up and they see that the markets are down. It gives them a bias that, oh no, things are going down, I should sell. And right then and there, that's actually whenever we pump. So again, around 10 o'clock Eastern time, which we're coming up to that about 20 minutes from now, I wouldn't be surprised if we reversed and started moving up. But again, I think we go just a little bit lower. If we take this low here to a high here, low to high, the golden ratio is right there at about 117.7K to 117.4K, somewhere in that area. I wouldn't be surprised if we touched that. I'm probably not the only person with Fibonacci retracement tools drawn on this range and identifying that this is a golden ratio support zone where there's prior support here, where there was resistance back here, where there was even a little bit of resistance right there, and right there. I'm sure I'm not the only person who's looking at this area as an area to buy. So with that, is it possible that it could be getting front ran? Sure. There could be some front running going on. But if we're looking at the 1 hour time frame, I don't know, the RSI to me looks like we would continue to go lower. We do have lower lows. We do have lower highs. Might we get another lower low here and bounce somewhere in the 35 to oversold area like we did here and here, like we did here, like we did here, like we did here, like we did back here? Might we bounce in this area as we have before? We could bounce, and it's totally acceptable to bounce right where we are now. We don't have to go lower. I want to be clear in that. But I wouldn't be surprised if we did go to the golden ratio. And then if we look at this here, just this relative little pivot from a low to a high, the 1272 to the 1618 basically encapsulates that zone. And I've noticed that, and not always, but I've noticed that Bitcoin's been having a little flirtation with its 1414 on some of these smaller retracements. Not always. Don't count on that, but maybe something that's right around 117.5K and just below there even might be where we go. I know that we were talking about the price going down in my last video, right? Whenever we were up, I forget how high we were. We were up at like 119.5K. We were talking about 118.6K holding as support. It held as support for about an hour. And then whenever it came back down here, this, let's say closing below the 382 should have been your first warning, but then this pump looked nice. Coming back down and hitting that 382 again like that without even seeing the 236 told me that we were in fact going lower. And I didn't know how low we were going. Were we going to the 0.5? Were we going to the golden ratio? Nobody knows, right? But coming down here and then rejecting the 382 a second time, that should have been a clear indication, a clear signal that we are indeed going down to the golden ratio at about 117.7K. So that's probably where we're going to go, you guys. We're looking like we're doing that right now. I wouldn't be surprised if by the end of this 4 hour period, we got 2 hours 23 minutes left. I wouldn't be surprised if we came back up, we were above 118K again. By the time most of you watch this, that'll probably be the case. 4 hour time frame, looking at the RSI, we could go lower. If I'm wrong, another flirtation that Bitcoin's been having besides the 1414 is the 786. It actually has been having a good relationship with that 786 area, whether it's just above or just below or right at it. It just, something about that area has been attracting Bitcoin lately, at least from what I've noticed. If we take this low to high here, we've got the 1886200 right there just above the 786. We could go to the 2272. I don't know if we go that deep, but maybe at the lowest I would expect 116.6K to be a price area that we go down to. At the lowest, okay? That would be the lowest kind of expectation. But I mean, here we are now. Come on now. Load up for me. Come on now, low to high. Grazing that golden ratio, man. And we just look at that reaction that we're getting right now. I mean, 22 minutes left in the hour. We'll see how it goes, but it's a pretty positive reaction for trying to hit that golden ratio. And again, I'm not the only person nor algorithm that's identifying this range as a suitable buying area. So it's very possible that that could have been the low. I wouldn't be surprised if we went a little bit lower. I'm sticking with that 117.5K area. If I'm off by a couple $100, it is what it is, whatever. That's just my expectation. And then if we look at the 15-minute time frame, actually, look at that, a lot of wicks. Wick City, man. There's some buying pressure going on there. Volume's dying off as you're trying to reach lower. If we're looking at the 15-minute RSI, you can see clearly that there is a downtrend, lower highs and lower lows, right? We've got that going on. Might we go down to the oversold zone? That's kind of what I'm waiting for. You know, get some higher lows, get some bullish divergence, and then move up higher. I don't know. That's kind of what I'm expecting. But with this look, you might not get it. You might not get it. It's very possible that you don't get it, right? We've seen these kind of wicks before. Wick City back here, and it resulted in some upside action, right? We did have bullish divergence, though, back here, in all fairness. We ended off. So I'm just saying, man, I think we go a little bit lower. I don't know. If not, whatever. I mean, that's close enough. I'm calling for 117.5K. That was 117.7K. That's close enough, you know. But let's look at the 4-hour time frame, and then we'll wrap this video up, okay? Looking at the RSI here, also, I mean, I wouldn't think it'd be too crazy to go down a little bit. Find support at the 40, as we have been, right? We've been in a kind of horizontal range between the 40 and the 60. You tend to ping pong between those areas until you choose a directional heading, right? Whichever way you break would be the area the direction that we go to in the price. I think that we are going to break out to the upside. I don't anticipate that we go lower. If we are to go lower than even my wildest expectations, then I suppose there still is a chance that we could go down to that 115, 114K area and get a fake out, right? Or a shakeout, I should say. That could happen. Maybe we get, you know, our lower lows, our lower highs, whatever, and we come down and do that. That really could happen. But if we're looking at the liquidation level, the liquidation maps here, you know, the shorts have it now, right? The longs had it yesterday. They were the ones that were of more volume, and now the shorts have it, right? So because we moved down, and I've just noticed over the past few days that whenever this shifts on the 1-day period, that tends to shift the price direction as well. Of course, on the 30-day period, there are plenty of longs to get cleared out down there at about 115K. It does make me nervous, but there are plenty of shorts to clear out as well. I mean, there's $6 billion or more, $7 billion of shorts just to get back to 124K. I mean, we could do that. We could do that, and I mean, I know that there's, let's see, if we were to get to 7 billion longs, that's about 114, just over 114K. That seems closer than 123K, but again, beyond just shorts and longs getting liquidated, beyond market makers and exchanges being able to make money liquidating these guys, there are institutions and other players involved that are buying this thing up as it goes down, right? They're sucking up the supply as it goes down, so we might not get a chance below these lows, but I'm waiting patiently to see. My gut is telling me we're going to bounce somewhere around 117.5K. I've got nothing else for you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one, okay? And we should be moving up to new all-time highs. I mean, it could be today, man. It could be by the end of today, if not sometime over the coming days. And certainly by the end of this month, absolutely, we should be at dramatically higher prices. Okay, ta-ta for now. Bye-bye.